So just bring your feet onto the floor when you're ready. That's it. And just make sure you're standing feet hip distance apart. So just feel all those toes press along the floor. So from that big toe to the little toes, you've got that tripod of support. And let those knees soften, let the thighs soften. Then just lifting up for those abdominals. So just draw the belly button in and just let those arms just hang naturally down by your side for me. Good. And just start to let go any tension or stress you're holding in the shoulders and around the neck area. That's it. And then we'll get going. So just going to start by just lifting up for your abdominals. I'm just going to lift those arms straight above the head for me. And then we're going to breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, just going to bend your elbows. So just going to bring them down to shoulder level. And then just straighten those arms back above the head. And then again, so just going to breathe out, bend. And breathe in, straighten. That's it. So straight away, just start mobilizing through your shoulders, through the shoulder blades. That's it, so nice and wide. Got those goalposts. That's it. So you're breathing out and in and out and in. 2 more. And then after your last one, we're going to hold it. So we're going to hold it in that goalpost position. That's it. So do a similar stretch to what we did last week when we're lying down on the floor. So from here, we're just going to take your hands forward. And then we're going to take them all the way down towards the floor. So your fingertips are pointing downwards. Then you're going to take your hands all the way back up. And then repeat. So you're going to keep those shoulders completely still. And you're just rotating from that elbow joint. And your shoulders. That's it. And again. So going down and up. So it may feel a bit restricting. Good, and again. Good, and maybe a little bit clicky there, and in either one shoulder or the other. Good, 2 more. And last time. Good, and then from there you can straighten those arms up above the head and just take a deep breath in, and then breathe out, just push those arms down to rest. Well done, good. Okay, so now we're going to stand on your mats now. We're going to go into your squats. So if you stand on your mats when you're ready, so feet hip distance apart, and just going to draw the belly button in, and it's just again to warm up through your knees, warm up through your hips. Just going to breathe in to prepare, breathing out, you're going to hinge from the hips, bend the knees as you reach the arms forward and away from the body, crown the head forward, and you're going to straighten the legs and bring those arms back down by your side. Then again, so you're going to sit back as much as you can. That's it, and then stand. That's it. Good. And come down and up. Down and up. Good. So just remember when you come down into your squat position, your Pilates squat, we just want there to be a nice diagonal line. So you've got the crown of the head going one way, tailbone lengthening the other. So we keep the back nice and long. And then 2 more. And last time. Good. And then come back up to standing. Okay, now this time we're going to take the arms above the head. So we're going to lift those arms up above the head and have your palms facing in towards each other. That's it. And we're going to sit down into your squat, but we're going to keep the arms completely still. So you're going to draw the belly button in. And again, you're going to hinge from the hips, bend the knees as you sit back into that squat position, keeping your arms where they are. Then you're going to push for the feet, straighten the legs and stand. And then again, so you're going to breathe out into your squat position and breathe in, stand. That's it, and just keeping those arms still. And again, so you're going to breathe out, bend, breathe in, straighten. That's it, so try not to, as you come down into your squat position, just be aware that you're not bending forward over the body. So still keep that extension through the back. And again, so coming down and up, and then 2 more. And last one. Good, and again, just bring those arms forward and down to rest. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to combine this with a roll down now, Pilates roll down. So I'm just going to demonstrate first so you can see. So the arms, again, are going to go straight above the head, palms facing in. And again, you're going to go into that Pilates squat position. Then from there, we're going to flex the upper back. So we're going to nod the chin to the chest. And we're going to roll down, bending over towards the mat. So hands towards the floor. And then if you can, straighten your legs as much as possible. If your hamstrings are feeling really tight, then just soften through the knees slightly. Then just gonna let the head hang heavy, let the arms hang heavy, then we're just gonna roll back up to standing. So you're gonna draw the belly button in, you're gonna roll back up through your spine, taking the arms back above the head, and then just gonna repeat again. So you're going into a squat position, nod the chin to the chest, flexing forward, bending over, hands towards the floor. Straighten the legs as much as you can, and again, just rolling back up to standing, reaching those arms up above the head. Okay, so just give that a go for me. So you're going into the squat, so you're going from extension into flexion as you roll down, and then just rolling back up through the spine, reaching those arms up above the head. And again. Good, so just a nice little sequence. Again, just to get some mobility there into the back. And again, just warming up through the whole body. And then 2 more. And then last time. Good. And then rolling back up. Well done. And again, just take those arms up above the head and then just push the arms down to rest. Okay, so now we're actually going to come down to the floor. So we're going to use one roll down just to bring you down to the mat. So we're just going to let those arms relax down by your side. And again, you're just going to nod the chin towards the chest. And you're going to roll down towards the floor. So we come down towards the mat. Again, just letting the head drop, let the arms drop. And we're going to walk forward into a downward dog position. So you're going to walk your hands away from the feet. And again, just pressing those heels down into the mat as much as you can. That's it. And again, try and straighten those legs. But again, you can keep them soft slightly if you need to. Let the elbows go soft. And again, really let the head drop. And then we're just going to point your right toe behind you. So just going to stretch the right leg back behind. So the tip of the toe is just touching the mat. Then from there, we're going to activate through your right glute. And then we're going to lift that leg up towards the ceiling as much as we can, pressing the other heel down into the mat. So it's kind of getting a bit yoga-ish here. And then bring your foot back down to the floor. Then you're going to swap over. So you're going to push your left foot down into the floor, point the right toe away. Sorry, the other leg. And then lift, squeeze the glute, lift the leg up towards the ceiling, and then lower the leg back down to the mat. And then again on the other side. So you point, take it behind, and again, push the leg up towards the ceiling, and then lower back down. And then again, if you do find this is too much for you this evening, whether it's because of the hamstrings or lower back or anything, just come down to all fours, and then just stretch the leg away, lift the leg up, and then lower, slide the leg in, and then the other side. So that's the other option. Okay. Good, and then do one more on each side. Good, done quite a few of those. Good, just kind of really waking up through those hamstrings. And then once you've done your last one, lower the knees down, relax the toes, and then just sit back into your shell stretch for me. That's it, and just stretch the arms away from the body, releasing the head to the floor, and then just breathe there, in for the nose, and out for the mouth. Good, and when you're ready, just slowly roll up, and then we're going to come and lie down on your mat when you're ready. Good. Sit, hopefully body's feeling a little bit warmer. And hopefully you can kind of feel just the weather's completely milder than it was last week. Body obviously feels a little bit looser, and hopefully feels a bit less tight and restricted this week. Okay, so just making sure, so you come down onto your back. Again, just think about your alignment, the way you're lying down. Think about your neutral spine, your neutral pelvis. And then we're just going to lift both your legs off the floor. So just going to lift your right leg and then lift your left leg. So feet and knees hip width apart. That's it. Keeping those toes, keeping the feet in, keeping the heels in line with your knees. Get it right in a minute. So from here, we're just going to tap your toes now. So we're going to do toe tap. So just going to breathe in to prepare. And then breathing out, keeping the stability in your pelvis and your lower back. You're going to tap the right toe down towards the floor, away from the body, and then lifting back up again. And then again on the other side. So you're going to tap and lift. Breathing out and in. That's it. If you find this is too much for your lower back today, what you can do is bring your feet back down to the floor, have one foot connected to the floor, and then lift one leg up, and then lower, and then the other side. So that's the other option. Great. And then do it one more time on each side. And tap, and lift, and again, just rest both the feet back down to the floor. Okay, now we're going to add a curl up now. So just to make those abdominals work a little bit harder. Okay, so we're just going to interlace those fingers and just pop your hands around the back of the head, and then just bring those elbows in so you can see them in the corner of your eyes. So again, remember, try not to let them collapse on the floor. And then from there, we're just going to lift both your legs again back into that tabletop position. So feet and knees hip width apart. Then from there, again, we're going to come into your curl up position. So we're going to nod the chin to the chest as we curl up away from the mat. And then we're going to breathe in here at the top. And then as you breathe out, we're going to go back into your toe tap. So you're going to tap that right toe down to the floor, and then you're going to breathe in, lift. And then again on the other side. So you're going to breathe out lower, breathe in, lift. So we're maintaining this curl up position. Again, if you find this is too heavy on your lower back, place the feet back down, keep the head lifted, and then just do, again, have one leg on the floor, and then lift the other leg. Okay, so remember, we don't want to feel this in your lower back at any point. So if it does, and you start to get fatigued, just rest for me. So you tap, and lift, and tap, and lift. And then one more on each side. Good. And rest your head back down to the floor and rest your feet down to the mat. Well done. Good. Now to make this a little bit more intense, even though I know it's quite intense already, but just to push yourself a little bit more, we're now going to go into double toe taps. Okay, so again, you don't have to, so any lower back issues or your lower back's just being a bit delicate today, just stick with single legs. But if we can this time, so again, we're going to interlace the fingers and popping the hands back round the head again. And again, lifting both the legs to the floor, but this time squeezing the legs together. So feet and knees come together. And again, we're going to come into that curl up position. Now, just remember for your doubles, again, thinking about your pelvis and your lower back. So as we tap both your toes towards the floor, if you find your pelvis is starting to tilt away before your toes have reached the mat, then lift the legs back up. Or if you feel the lower back is straining, go back to singles. So separate the knees and go back to one foot and then the other. Okay. So remember, your feet, both your feet don't have to touch the floor. Okay, for the doubles. And again, you can always go back to having one foot on the floor, one leg off, in your curl up position, and then do one leg, and then lower, and then lift, and lower. Good. That's it. And remember, you're leading from those hips. So hip. Good. 2 more if we can. Breathing out and in. One last time. Good. And rest your head back down to the floor and rest your feet down to the mat. Well done. Good. Take your hands away from the back of the head and then just hug both the knees into the chest. And again, just circle around that lower back just to release for me. Good. Just do a couple of circles one way and then a couple of circles the other. That's it. And then once you've done a couple of circles in both directions, you're just going to pop your feet down to the floor and we're going to come up to sitting. So if you just roll over onto your side and then push yourself up. Good. So today we're going to have a go at your rolling like a ball exercise, which I know a lot of you seem to really enjoy it because it's it is a fun exercise to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start by just bringing your feet together and have those knees hip width apart for me. Okay, then you're going to put your hands on the outside of your legs, so on the outside of your shins, and then you're just going to point your toes, so heels lift, and then we're just going to find the balance on your sit bones. If we can, we're just going to lift your toes just off the floor and your heels just off the floor, and then hold that balance. So you're going to draw the belly button in, and then really think about lifting out of that lower back as much as you can. That's it, and just hold it there. So just breathing in for the nose and out for the mouth. Just holding that balance. That's it. Good. Take one more breath. Good. And then just rest the feet back down to the floor. Good. Now we're going to do your rolling. Okay. So if I just very quickly demonstrate it just to remind you. So you're rolling like a ball. Remember, it's like a massage for your spine, and it's quite a fun exercise to do. So we're just going to start with tuck the pelvis under. So you're going to draw the belly button in, find that C curve. So we can roll directly from your pelvis to the lower, middle, upper, and then roll back up. So from here, just going to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, just going to rock back just to the shoulder blades, and then breathe in, we're going to roll back up. And again, we're going to find that balance you were just in. And again, really lift out of the lower back as much as you can. And then you're going to tuck your pelvis under, nod the chin to the chest, rolling back, rolling up, and again, finding that balance at the top. Okay? So when you're ready, have a go. If again, you find this is too much for your lower back today, what you can do as an alternative, so if you feel like it's too much for your lower back, come to all fours and just come into your cat stretch. So lengthen the tailbone and then just roll through your spine, allow the head to drop, and then just go back the other way. And then roll again. Okay? That's it. Good. Find that balance at the top. So hold it. That's it. And then roll back. Good. That's it. And then 2 more if we can. Just rolling back. And rolling up. And then one last time. And pressing your feet back down to the floor. Good. That's it. Hope you all enjoyed that. Okay, now we're going to do a hamstring stretch now. So we're going to almost do your open rocker, but we're not going to do the open rocker. So it's just a little sequence, that's all. So again, I'm just going to demonstrate for you first. So again, pointing your toes, heels are lifted, and then we're going to lift the feet off the floor. So again, you're going to find that balance. Now from here, as much as we can, so again, really lifting out of your lower back as much as we can, and you're just going to straighten that right leg. So you're going to take your right leg up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Now you can bend your knees. If you're feeling very tight in those hamstrings, just bend the knee for me. Or if you can, try and straighten it and lift it up. And then you're going to do the left side. So you're going to straighten and bend, and then you're going to go into your rolling like a ball. And then you're going to find a balance at the top again, hold it there, and again, repeat, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, and then rolling back. Ooh, and then rolling back up again. Okay, so have a go and see how you get on with that. And again, if you find, again, it's too much for your lower back, go back to all fours, and again, come into a cat stretch. But this time, do one cat stretch, come back to the neutral position, and then just stretch one leg away, and then pull back, then the other leg away, pull back, and then back into your cat stretch. That's it. So try and straighten the leg for me. So take one leg up towards the ceiling. That's it. And then bend. Then the other leg. That's it. And then roll back. Good. That's it. And then one more time on each side. So just keep the chin nod position. So remember, always keep that chin nod position. So you're nodding the chin, while you're looking straight ahead when you do your hamstring stretch. Then you're going to nod the chin to the chest and then rolling back and then rolling back up. That's it. And then you can rest. Well done. Okay, just give your legs a great big hug. So just wrap those arms around your legs and then just bring your head towards the legs and just give the back a stretch the opposite way. That's what we just did. Good, and then when you're ready, you're going to come and lie down onto your back again for me, okay? So we're going to have a go at your single leg stretch exercise, okay? So we're going to do a single leg stretch, and then we're going to do a variation of your single leg stretch. Just a little bit of it's going to be a core challenge for you all today. So if possible, again, we're just going to do your single leg stretch like we all know. So just going to lift both your legs off the floor, feet together, knees apart, and then just going to place your hands on the outside of your legs. And then from there, just going to nod the chin towards the chest. So you're going to lift the head away from the floor. And then from there, you're going to push that right leg forward to that 45-degree angle, pointing the toe at the end. Right hand comes over onto the left shin. Then you're going to breathe in here. And then breathe out, you're going to switch. Breathing in and breathe out, switch. Just keep moving those legs back and forth, pulling the leg towards you as you push the opposite leg away. That's it. Good. If your neck's feeling particularly tight today, you can just bring your head back down to the floor and just keep moving those legs back and forth. Well done. And then do one more on each side. And bring those legs back to tabletop position. Rest the head. And again, just rest your feet down to the mat. Well done. Good. Okay, now here comes your challenge now. So single leg stretch, but we're going to move it. So we're going to try and come up to sitting, doing your single leg stretch, and then coming back down towards the floor in your single leg stretch. So I'll just demonstrate so you can see first. So again, we're going to lift both your legs off the floor, feet together, knees apart, hands on the outside of the legs. So again, lifting the head away, pushing that right leg forward, and again, same thing as you've just been doing. So you're just going to switch from one side to the other. And then when you're ready, in your own time, it doesn't matter how many legs you do before, but we're just going to see if you can increase the curl up, keep the legs moving, and come up to sitting. Again, finding that balance at the top like you did with your rolling like a ball. Keep the legs moving from one to the other. And then from there, again, we're going to roll back down to the floor. So you're going to tuck your pelvis under, rolling back down. And then you're going to try again to roll back up to sitting. Okay, or roll back down towards the floor. We're going to try that 3 times. So we're going to try rolling up and down 3 times if you can. Or just go back to your normal single leg stretch. And you can if you find you're struggling to come up, try using a cushion and see if that helps. So you can pop that underneath your lower back to give you that extra push and support if you need to. Okay, so let's give it a go, see how we get on. Okay, so when we're ready, you can down onto your back. Again, lifting both your legs off the floor. That's it, feet together, knees apart. Hands on the outside of the legs. Lift the head away. And again, just go back into your single leg stretch to start with. So just going to breathe in here and then breathe out, switch. Breathing in, breathe out, switch. Good. And then when you're ready, see if you can increase the curl up. So pull those abdominals in and come up to sitting, keeping the legs moving, keeping the legs lifted. That's it. And then you're going to tuck your pelvis under and you're going to roll back down, back into your single leg stretch. And then again, when you're ready, we're going to do that 3 times. So again, you're going to roll back up when you're ready. And then again, rolling back down. And then once you've done your 3, you're just going to rest. Well done. Then once you've done your last one, rest your feet down and you can collapse. Well done. Good, yeah, it's quite challenging. It's definitely a challenge on the core there. We're just going to release the back after that again. So just bring your feet together for me. Bring your knees together. And then take the arms away from the body. So palms facing up towards the ceiling. And again, just letting those shoulders really soften down into the mat. And then squeezing the legs together. So squeeze the feet, squeeze the knees and the thighs. And then just going to breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, just take the pelvis over to the right side, keeping the legs connected, keeping the feet together, and then rotate the head the opposite direction. That's it. And you're going to breathe in here, and then breathe out, return back to center. Then again on the other side. That's it. So a nice gentle movement. So really good for stretching that sacroiliac joint, which again can get very tight, and that can cause the lower back to get very tight. So it's quite a nice, really good stretch to do. So just do it one more time in each direction. That's it. Try not to let those legs collapse. And then come back to the middle. That's it. And then just separate the feet and just bring those arms down by your side. Okay, so just going to come into a hamstring stretch now. So just going to lift your right leg into tabletop position. Interlace the fingers, placing your hands underneath the hamstring, and then just straighten that leg up to the ceiling and flex the foot. And then just stretch the opposite leg away from the body. And again, just hold that stretch there. So really soften through those shoulders. That's it, and just hold it there for me. Just breathing in for the nose and out for the mouth. Good. And when you're ready, release the leg. Place the foot down. I'm going to swap over and to the other side. So you're going to lift your left leg away. Again, placing your hands underneath the leg. Stretch the leg up to the ceiling. Flex the foot. And again, stretch the opposite leg away. Shoulders soften into the floor and hold. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. And when you're ready, bend the knee and release the foot. Good. Slide your feet in. That's it. And just to finish on your mat, lying down, just going to do your scissors exercise now. So we've kind of released those hamstrings quite a bit now, so they should feel hopefully a little bit looser. So if we can, we're going to take both your legs off the floor and straighten the legs up to the ceiling. So try and straighten your knees as much as you can. But remember, you can always keep a bit of softness there in your knees. And you're just going to place the hands on the right thigh. And then you're going to nod the chin towards the chest, lifting the head away. And you're going to walk your hands up the right leg as far as you can towards the ankle. Nodding the chin to the chest. Just going to lower that left leg down towards the floor. So again, to that 45-degree angle. And you're going to breathe in here. And then breathe out. You're going to switch legs. That's it. Breathing in. Breathe out, switch. Breathe in. Breathe out, switch. Good. Try not to let that leg collapse on the floor. So the leg that you lower, always keep it lifted, keep it up. That's it. Good. And again, breathing in, breathe out, switch. That's it. So you pull the leg in towards you as you push the opposite leg away. Good. And then one more on each side. Well done. Bring your legs back up towards the ceiling. Rest your head down, bend the knees, and rest those feet down to the floor. Well done. Come into a full body stretch this time. So just stretch both the legs away and then reach those arms back towards the head and enjoy that stretch there. So just breathing in for the nose and then out for the mouth. Good. Take in one more breath. And when you're ready, just slide your feet back in towards you, arms resting down by your side, and then we're going to come up to sitting now. So just roll over onto your side and then come back up to sitting. That's it. Good. Okay, now we're just going to come to all fours now. So we're going to do a little bit of weight bearing. That's it. So you're going to come to your hands and knees. So again, put your hands underneath the shoulders, knees hip distance apart. Now just find your neutral position. So draw the belly button in, head in line with your spine. Then from here, we're just going to bring your right foot towards your right hand. So we're not trying to get your foot to physically touch the right hand. So you just want your foot to be kind of in the middle, in between the hand, in between your left hand and your left knee. And then from there, pushing your right foot down into the floor, so you've got that rotation there in the hip. Just going to take that right arm out to the side. You're going to follow the hand and take it up towards the ceiling. That's it, so get some rotation there. And then you're going to place the hand back down to the floor. Take your knee back so it's underneath the hip. Then again on the other side. So you're going to bring your left foot forward, toes pointing outwards. And again, into your rotation. So look towards the hand as it goes up. And bring it back down. And then lower the knee. Okay, so going to do this 3 times on each side. So we're going to bring the foot forward. And then lift. And rotate. That's it. Good, so just watch the arm. Doesn't go too far back behind the body. So always just keep it slightly in front of you. Just to stay in line. And then once you've done your last one, just sit back into your shell stretch. That's it. Good. Just sit your tailbone back towards the heels, stretch the arms away and releasing the head to the floor. That's it. Good. And then just to finish for today, if you come up to sitting for me, is it? So not last week, but the week before, we did some side bends. So we're going to do this again, but we're going to have your legs slightly different this time. So you're just going to stack. So you want your right leg to be on top for me. So knees stacked on top, and then your feet stacked on top. That's it. Good. And then the heel of that left hand is in line with the hip. And again, just be aware of your posture. So again, try not to sink into that shoulder and collapse there. So push away from the floor and keep the length in the side of your body and in those ribs. Then you're going to take the right arm out to the side. Okay, and I'm just going to quickly demonstrate this. So you're going to push your feet, push your feet and your knees down into the floor, and you're just going to lift your hips and pelvis. You're going to push with that right hand. So you're coming up onto those knees, and the arm is just going to go over towards the head, and then you're just going to come back down to that starting position. Okay, so your knees are just going to stay stacked on each other. Okay, so you don't need to worry about moving the legs or anything. You're just pushing off from them. Okay, so when you're ready, give that a go. We're going to do that 5 times. So you're going to draw the belly button in. You're going to push the knee down and push the feet down to lift up and over. That's it. And then come back down to the floor. That's it. And then again. So you're going to lift up and over. And then come back down. Good. So it's kind of almost a bit like a side plank. Just like a variation of it. Good. And again. And then once you've done 5, just rest for me. That's it. So you're really lifting those hips, really lifting the pelvis up and away. Draw the belly button in. And then rest back down to the mat. Good. Now switch your legs around. And we'll do the other side. Good. So you've got your left leg on top this time. That's it. So feet and knees stacked. Heel the hand in line with the hip. And again, arm reaching out to the side. That's it. So exactly the same thing. Might feel a bit easier on this side, depending on which shoulder is your stronger shoulder. But let's see. So again, you're going to push the knees down. And you're going to lift up and over. And then come back down towards the mat. Good. And again, breathing in, draw the belly button in, reaching over to the side, and breathe out to come back down. Good. And again, so up and over, and back down. Good. And again. That's it. And again, up and over to the side, and come down. And again, once you've done your 5, just rest. Good. And then from there, again, we're going to come back to all 4s again. So come back to your hands and knees. And then just going to sit back into your shallow stretch. Again, just to release the back after that. But this time, instead of having both your arms forward, we're now going to take your arms to the side. So if you just take your right hand to the side, place your left hand on top, and just let your head rest in between the arms, and just hold that stretch there. So just breathing in for the nose and out for the mouth. Ready? Bring your arms back to center. Then again on the other side. And then out for the mouth. Good. Well, by your knees, tuck your toes under, and then heels are lifted, toes pointing in, pressing into the mat. To the floor, you go straighten your legs as much as you can. Standing, so when you're ready, breathing in to prepare. Coming up to standing when you're ready. Good. And then just bring by your side, and just take a big inhale. And to rest by your side. Okay, just going to do that. I push the arms down. And then one more time, breathe. down to rest. And there you go.